Hello my beautiful makeup geeks. We are doing a dramatic bridal look today, and I know it's not overly dramatic, but for a bridal look it is. It's a little bit more makeup than some of you choose to wear, but I think it's very classy and elegant. Has just a very bronzy brown smoky eye with a nice pop of pink lips, so I hope you guys like this look. Taking a stiff tone brush like this is a MAC 217 and a dark base. I'm going to use MAC's Constructivist Paint Pot. That's a tongue twister. It's just a dark color. I'm going to take a bit of that with a stippling brush, and I'm just going to feather this on the lid. Now I'm not using my finger on this because it applies too much. I want just a very light application, and I want it to be very feathered. So I'm going to take the brush and doing windshield wiper motions, kind of blend it up in the crease and slightly above just to feather it out. I'll take that same brush and wipe it off really well, or just grab a new one. I'm going to go in with a taupey color like this. This is MAC's All That Glitters. We're just going to put this right here in the crease and blend it back and forth. Same brush, going with a matte finish color that's close to your skin. For me, it's going to be MAC's Bamboo. We're just going to apply this here under the brow bone and just blend that back and forth as well. Now switch to a flat stiff brush like this and a dark metallic color. I'm going in with MAC's Twinks. It's a really pretty kind of bronzy color. We're just going to pat this on the lid, staying under the crease. And if you want to darken that a bit, you can also take a little bit of a black color, flip it upside down, and concentrate on the lash line. And see how I'm just blending that into the lashes and sweeping it upwards. Now take a small brush like this. This is the Makeup Geek Deluxe Outer V brush. I totally forgot what the name of my old brush was. Take some of that, and I'm going to go in with that bronzy color again. We're just going to smudge this under the lower lash line. So smudgy smudge, and we're going to go about halfway. And I like this brush better than a pencil brush for this because I want the color not to be a line. I want it to be very feathered. So that's why I'm using that. Then you can take this black color and apply a little bit here on just the outer part of the eye. And you can also run this up here along the lash line if you want to darken that as well. Now take your favorite black eyeliner. For me, that's the Urban Decay one. And all you're going to do is smudge this along the upper lash line. So pull on the lid just a hair and just really smudge this, go about halfway, just like that. We can go over it with some black shadow later if you want. I'm also going to apply a little bit here under the lower lash line, concentrating on the outer part of the eye because I want it to be darker, fading into lighter so it doesn't close off your eyes. And then taking that same pencil, we're now going to dip it into a gel liner to line the waterline. I feel like the gel liner is a little bit more potent and stays on the waterline a little bit better. So I'm going to take that, dip it into it. I'm using the Bobbi Brown gel liner in black ink. And you're just going to rim the upper and lower waterline. Now it's time for the lashes, and I'm going to use the Ardell Demi Wispies. I really like using these because they're very wispy, so they don't look overly dramatic, but yet they're thick enough to open up the eyes and make your face light up for the camera, especially if you're doing those bridal pictures. So I'm going to apply those, come back, and we'll do the rest of the face. A lot of you guys asked me what's the best tricks to applying false lashes because some of you guys have a hard time with it. The key is to let the lash glue sit on the lashes for a good minute before you actually apply them. You want the glue to be very tacky so it doesn't slide around on your eye once you place the lashes on. The other thing is to get the right glue, and my favorite one is the Duo Lash Adhesive. I get the one that's dark so that way when it dries dark and it goes along with your lash line color. Now for the blush, I want some color because you don't want to look washed out in your pictures, but you don't want it to be overly bright. So for me, I'm going to use the NARS Torrid blush. It's really pretty. If you have fair skin, I would say to go with Orgasm. If you have darker, maybe Deep Throat may be better, but I'm using Torrid. I'm going to take a really fluffy brush like this. I'm going to do a different blush application technique today. I'm going to take the flat end of this brush And all I'm going to do is tap it like this on top of the cheekbone just to get a nice flushed glow. So tap it, kind of stroke it downwards like this. Wipe it off, and then take the other side of it and you can start buffing it out. Then to highlight the cheeks and give you that beautiful dewy glow, I'm going to use the Armani Fluid Sheer, and this is in number 2. You want to put a little pump of it on the back of your hand, just like that. You can take any sort of stiff kind of brush. I'm just going to use the Deluxe Contour Brush from Makeup Geek, but you're going to stipple it on the back of your hand. Make sure that you get the excess off because you don't want it to goop up or be overly shiny. I'm just going to smile and then place this on the tops of the cheekbones and come up here around the temple just for a nice beautiful glow. So the lipstick I'm going to be wearing is the YSL's number 9, and it's a really pretty pinky color. So I'm just going to apply a layer of that. And you don't want your lipstick to be too nude because in pictures it's going to blanket it out. So you want to go just a little bit brighter, but not so much to where it looks overly dramatic. So apply that. Then on top I'm going to wear Lip Gloss by Lancome, and it's the color City Mauve, which is a really pretty pink color. So apply that on top just to kind of mute this color down a little bit and smooth it out. And that completes our dramatic bridal look. So I hope you guys had fun with that. This is something you could honestly wear even if you're not getting married. Maybe on the weekend if you're going out to dinner, you want something classy but still a little bit dramatic, this would be perfect. So go to makeupgeek.com. I will have some inexpensive alternatives to these products so you don't have to break your wallet to do this look. So be happy and healthy, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.